an opening statement from Brian Rosen.
I talked to the team. I love their fight all match. Grit's our word. I thought they showed a ton of that from the start. I just love the way we brought energy. The crowd was incredible, and we were able to feed off that through highs and lows of comebacks and runs and things like that. Statistically, it was one of our best nights of the season against one of the best defensive teams in the country. So I thought we did a ton of good. We challenged Ava to go against one of the best middle blockers in the country, and she went after hands and worked on some different shots and really challenged them. And then Kiara just does what Kiara does and blows balls up in the middle of the court and had a great match. I thought Anna did a nice job kind of just spreading the offense. We gave up a few too many runs, and that ended up being kind of the difference in the match. Just the inability to side out a few times, but again, I told them that's the team that I want to see. That team wins a lot of matches against a lot of really good teams, and so I expect that again tomorrow and Sunday, and we're just going to keep taking it one match at a time.
All right, we'll do another 7 minutes. Questions for anyone?
The second set seemed quite exhausting. How much of a kind of blow was it to not win it? I guess it seemed like it gave Louisville some pop to this match.
I felt like it was tiring because obviously it went back and forth, and a lot of those rallies were long. But I think it was, shucks, we didn't win that, but we also just battled to what, 30? I don't know, 32, whatever, so far, and that was we hung in there for so long. I feel like at least I walked away from it being that's a confidence booster. We didn't crumble at the first chance that they had. We really fought in that. And so yes, maybe physically taxing, it's a few more points than a normal set, but I thought mentally that gave us a lot. We were right there that whole time. So
yeah, I know we fought off several match points, but I love that they came out of that into the third set after a tough loss, and we built a 6-point lead early.
Yeah.
So I love that we jumped on them right after that.
Obviously Louisville's blocking on paper and their size in general is really kind of intimidating, I guess, but it seemed like Coach Rosen said, it was your best offensive night of the season, a lot of parity, good efficiency. How did you guys handle their block and score effectively all night?
Yeah, I think Anna just did a really good job mixing up the ball. I didn't think we became predictable, so I think that was really hard for Louisville's block, because when they're set, they're huge, but I think we were just trying to beat them and get some seams, and Kiara did a great job doing that. First, they were leaving her one-on-one, so she got a million kills, and so then that started opening up things for us on the pins, and so it's all about just kind of balance, and even having Des on that D ball is keeping the middle home, which is really helpful. So yeah, I think just spreading our offense and not being too predictable can help.
Right, you mentioned the runs were kind of, the small runs were kind of the difference when they add up. What do you think the difference is in those spurts to side out maybe at a better percentage? How slim is the difference in those runs?
It's a mix of things. I mean, there was one run where Kiara hit out of a ball and it went off the setter's shoulder and came back over. Sometimes it's a round ball and it bounces and it doesn't go your way, and then there were some times where we needed to make adjustments a little bit faster. I know in the third set they served us short kind of over and over again into one spot, and it took us a little bit too long to adjust. I think there were a few communication things that in hindsight that we would do a little bit better, but I thought after that run we did a nice job communicating on the short serves and took advantage of it. So something that we got better with throughout the match, but in that third set specifically when we had the big lead, that's the one that I think they'd do a little bit better if they had it back.
In set 4, it seemed like you guys were starting to get some rhythm midway through. Nora had that serve that was called out. Looked like it got line, but they kept the original call. Did you get feedback from the R2 on what he saw on the review?
He told me it was inconclusive. I asked if there was a view of the end line, and he said that there was a camera that had the view, but there was a person blocking it. Obviously, I did not see it, and I'm not sure how. I don't know. So I can't tell you. It looked in from our end, but they obviously have better looks than we do. I haven't seen any kind of camera or video of it, so you guys would know better than I would. But again, what we talked as a team was that the call didn't go our way, but then we gave up, I think, 3 after that. So instead of being up 15-12, if that serve was called in, we ended up down, I think, 14-17. And so just doing a better job responding a little bit quicker. After that call didn't go our way, but yeah, I thought Nora made some really good serves tonight, and she got the one that they called in, the challenge that got reversed, and then got the one that we think was in, we challenged and didn't get it back, but yeah, she is a great server.
How crucial were Jaya and Kiara with Louisville trying to wall off Ava tonight?
Yeah, I mean, obviously offensively they do a nice job, and we knew we needed to take advantage of where their smaller blocks are, and that is on the outside for them. So I wanted to get the right side of the court early, and so early on that was Kiara on the slide. She did a really nice job scoring there. And then once we got their pins a little bit wider, then even in the two difference, we ran some Kiara up the middle and Des behind. Like Jay had a great night attacking, so we knew where the mismatches were in the smaller blocks, and I thought we did a nice job taking advantage of those.
Kiara, you've been kind of on fire all season, and Eloise was really good as well tonight. Can you take us kind of inside the game within the game in terms of everything that goes into your connection with Anale and why the middles have been so effective?
I think Anna's just finding us really well. Granted, our passing has been rock solid. I felt like even again tonight, we go back in the serve receive and we just okay, we know we're gonna pass the next one at 2 or 3 ball. It's just been so consistent throughout the whole season, and so I feel like Anna has just done a really good job distributing it and just having confidence in us hitters. So yeah, it's been very positive mindset. I feel like we're just always she's always telling me hey, go for it, I'll find you. I'm going back to her hey, you got me, I'm gonna work for you. So it's just a lot of feedback back and forth to each other and having confidence in one another.
Ava, I saw you over on the side talking to the team, especially during those longer timeouts in sets 3 and 4. What do you say in the middle of a really long set like that to just keep the energy fired up?
Yeah, we were just talking about their runs, honestly, and we kind of have this thing where we talk about we're only giving up 2, that's 2, we need to stop there. And so I think it's just kind of going back to fighting a little deeper. We talked about it's not an effort problem, we're all giving it our all, but trying to find a little bit more, digging even deeper and just kind of coming out. But I think too, those sets just got a little tense, and we play the best when we're playing with joy. And sets 1 and 2, the crowd was super involved and we were playing with a lot of joy. And then after that, it just kind of started to, die down a little bit. So I think we just needed to go back to finding joy and just playing our game and not be too tense. And yeah.
Does it help in that regard to have 2 matches over the next 2 days that you can immediately turn to?
Honestly, I brought that up in the locker room when we were talking as a team. I think it's a great opportunity for us to work on some of these things. We're coming out super strong and then we're just giving up long runs. I mean, we were ahead in every single set. And so I think these next 2 games are going to be a really good opportunity for us to go on runs and then keep those runs. Because, we showed we can compete, and now it's time to, we always talk about getting better over time. So having these 2 games to get right back at it and continue to work on it will be great. So
To that point,
Last question.
Have you noticed anything with the USC match and then today in terms of just the kind of struggles with siding out at end game when you can maybe shorten those runs or stop them altogether?
I didn't think today necessarily was end game specific. I actually thought the runs we gave up were kind of early to middle in some of these sets. I think the 3rd set specifically was at 12-6. Sure. I think we were up, and then they went on the big run or something like that. And so I think they're all different. They've been different rotations, different things, and it's just a matter of making the play to do it. Volleyball's a game of runs and a game of momentum, and so sometimes it's on your side and you're up 6-0, and sometimes it's not. And so we got to find ways to outlet, to tip, to just make that one play that ends a run, because we're a really good serving team, and so when we give our team opportunities to serve and block and play defense, we know we're in a great spot. So I think it's just one little play. And some of the times, what I've loved in all of them, I think all of the runs or the end games that we've given up, it's never been for a lack of going after it. I think there are a lot of teams out there that struggle at end game because they get timid or they get nervous, and I've loved that at all times we go swinging. And when there's the 31-29 or whatever, they took a swing on every single one of those balls, and I thought even the other side was trying to tip and roll out of it, and we were swinging all the way down to, I know she had a big kill on a middle ball towards the end of that 4th set. So at no point were we going to go down without swinging, and so I love that fight and that grit and all those kinds of things that they do.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.